Hi, everyone. My name is Mary, a 29-year-old marketing executive living in the heart of Chicago. I'm 6 months into married life with my amazing husband, William, a brilliant software engineer. Together, we've built our dream home, a sleek, modern apartment that feels like a slice of heaven after long, busy days at work. Babe, have you seen my laptop charger? William called out one morning, rushing around in his usual pre-work frenzy. Check the drawer in the entryway, I replied, sipping my coffee as I admired our carefully curated living room. Every piece of furniture had been a joint decision, reflecting our shared taste and values. Just as William unearthed his charger, a sharp knock echoed through the apartment. My stomach sank. I knew that knock. "Susan," I muttered to William, plastering on a smile as he opened the door. In waltzed William's grandmother, all 75 years of her, with her ever-present air of judgment. She surveyed our minimalist decor with a raised brow. "Oh, still keeping the place like a spaceship, I see," she remarked, disdain dripping from her words. I bit my tongue and forced a polite smile. "Good morning, Susan. Would you like some coffee?" "No, thank you, dear," she said, waving her hand dismissively. "Who knows what fancy concoctions you youngsters put in coffee these days? Probably something that would upset my stomach." William jumped in, trying to ease the tension. "Grandma, we were just about to head to work. Do you need something?" Susan scoffed. "Can't a grandmother check on her grandson without needing something? I just wanted to see if you finally added some warmth to this place." I couldn't help myself. "We love our home, Susan. It's exactly how we want it." "Of course you do, dear," she replied with a condescending pat on my arm. "You'll learn as you get older." As Susan continued her uninvited inspection of our apartment, William pulled me aside. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "You know how she is." I nodded, swallowing my frustration. Her visits were becoming more frequent, and my patience was wearing thin. That evening, while packing for an upcoming business trip, the dreaded question came up. "Honey," William began hesitantly, "do you think we should give Grandma Susan a spare key? You know, just in case of emergencies while we're gone." I froze mid-fold, staring at him. "Are you sure that's necessary? We're only going to be gone for a week." "I know," he said, "but it would make her feel better. And who knows? Maybe we'll need someone to water the plants or something." I sighed, knowing this wasn't a battle worth fighting. "All right, but make sure she knows it's for emergencies only." The next morning, as we headed out, Susan arrived to collect the key. "Don't you worry about a thing," she said, her smile a little too bright and a glint in her eye that made me uneasy. "I'll take good care of your home." As the taxi pulled away, I couldn't shake the nagging feeling we'd made a mistake. But I pushed it aside, focusing on the trip ahead. Little did I know that decision would set off a chain of events I never could have imagined. After a grueling week of meetings and presentations, William and I returned, dragging our suitcases down the hallway. "I can't wait to crash on the couch," William groaned, fumbling with the key. As soon as we stepped inside, something felt off. The air was heavy, with an odd, musty smell. "Did you leave a light on?" I asked, noticing a warm glow of lamps instead of our usual cool LEDs. "No," he replied, confused. I flipped on the main light and gasped. Our sleek, modern living room was gone. In its place stood heavy, ornate antique furniture, straight out of a Victorian mansion. "What the hell?" William muttered, frozen in place. "This isn't a mistake," I snapped, my shock quickly turning to fury. "This is Susan. She's gone too far this time." William's face paled as realization dawned. William stared at me, his voice trembling. "But why would she do this?" "Because she's never respected our choices," I snapped. "She's always criticized our style, our lifestyle, and now she's crossed the line by violating our home." My hand shot toward my phone. "We need to call her right now." William grabbed my arm, his voice calm but firm. "Wait, Mary. It's late. Maybe we should sleep on this and approach her calmly tomorrow." "Calmly?" I echoed, incredulous. "Are you kidding me? She broke into our home and stole our things." "She's still my grandmother," he replied weakly. "And I'm your wife. William, don't you get it? Our home has been violated." Our voices rose as we argued, our emotions raw and tangled. William wanted to handle the situation diplomatically, fearing family repercussions, while I was consumed with a need for justice. "Fine," I spat, crossing my arms. "We'll do it your way. But first thing tomorrow, we're confronting her." Fuming, I stomped to the bathroom to wash up. As I passed the trash can, something caught my eye. My heart stopped. Trembling, I reached in and pulled out the shattered remains of a delicate porcelain vase. My mother's vase. The only thing I had left of her. No, 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 I whispered, cradling the broken pieces as tears streamed down my face. Mary? What's wrong? William appeared in the doorway, his concern etched across his face. I looked up at him, my voice breaking. She broke my mom's vase, William. She threw it away, like it was nothing. The color drained from William's face as he knelt beside me. That's it, I said, my voice cold with fury. I don't care what time it is. We're calling Susan now, and we're getting our things back. All of it. William nodded, the weight of his grandmother's actions finally sinking in. The next morning, we sat through a tense, silent breakfast, picking at food neither of us could stomach. Suddenly, the jingle of keys at the door broke the silence, and in waltzed Susan, a triumphant smile on her face. Good morning, dears. I hope you love what I've done with the place. It's so much more homey now, isn't it? I stood slowly, my hands clenched into fists. Homey? You call this homey? You broke into our apartment and stole our things. Susan's smile faltered. Broke in. I used the key you gave me, and I didn't steal anything. I improved this sterile box you call a home. Improved? I snapped. You replaced everything without our permission. You threw away our belongings. William stepped between us, his tone measured but firm. Grandma, we appreciate that you were trying to help, but this wasn't okay. You can't just change someone's home without asking. Susan waved a dismissive hand. Oh, you young people are so sensitive. I was doing you a favor. These antiques are worth a fortune. We don't want your antiques, I shouted. We want our things back. Where are they? Now, dear, Susan said, her tone condescending. No need to get hysterical. This is much better for you both. In fact, she turned to William, her expression softening. I've been meaning to talk to you about your choice in partners. William's eyes widened. What are you talking about? Susan placed a hand on his arm. Sweetheart, I've seen how she treats you, always pushing her modern ideas, never respecting tradition. You'd be much better off with someone who appreciates family values. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Are you seriously trying to break us up over furniture? It's not just about furniture, Susan snapped. It's about respect, something you clearly lack. I laughed bitterly. Respect? You're the one who violated our home and our trust. William stepped back, shaking his head. His voice was cold when he spoke. Grandma, is this true? Have you been trying to turn me against Mary? Susan's face hardened. I'm only looking out for your best interests, dear. This girl isn't right for you. Something in William snapped. No, Grandma, you're not looking out for me. You're trying to control me. And Mary isn't just some girl, she's my wife. And I love her. William, don't be ridiculous. You can't possibly. Enough. William's voice thundered, silencing both Susan and me. I want you to leave, Grandma, now, and don't come back. Susan's face turned red with fury. You ungrateful brat. After everything I've done for you. Fine, have it your way. But don't come crawling back when she ruins your life. And you can forget about your inheritance. With that, she stormed out, slamming the door behind her. The silence that followed was deafening. William and I stood there, shell-shocked. I'm so sorry, William whispered, pulling me into a hug. I had no idea she was capable of this. I held him tightly, relief and sadness washing over me. It's not your fault, but what do we do now? The next few hours were a whirlwind of assessing the damage. Many of our belongings were gone, and others were damaged beyond repair. But nothing stung more than the loss of my mother's vase. We need to file a police report, I said finally. I know she's your grandmother, but this is theft and destruction of property. William nodded grimly. You're right, it won't be easy since we gave her the key, but we have to try. In the months that followed, we decided we needed a fresh start, far from the memories and the drama. Chicago had become a battleground, and we were ready to reclaim our peace. When William's company offered him a promotion in Seattle, it felt like fate giving us a fresh start. Are you sure about this? William asked as we packed up the last of our belongings in Chicago. It's a big move. I smiled, feeling more confident than I had in months. I'm sure. This is our chance to build something new together. Seattle welcomed us with open arms. Our new apartment boasted a stunning view of the Space Needle, and we took our time furnishing it, carefully choosing pieces that reflected both our styles. It felt like the home we'd always dreamed of, one built on mutual respect and love. As William settled into his new role, I decided to take a leap of faith and start my own marketing consultancy. All the frustration and anger I'd harbored towards Susan, I channeled into building my business. "You're going to crush it," William said, kissing me on the cheek as I prepped for my first client meeting. And crush it I did. Within 6 months, I had a full roster of clients and was earning more than I ever had at my old job. Through the grapevine, we heard that Susan was spinning her own version of events back in Chicago. One day, William's cousin called, her voice laced with concern. "Grandma's telling everyone you two are ungrateful and cruel," she said. "But don't worry, none of us believe her. We've all had our own run-ins with her helpfulness." It was a relief to know that not everyone bought into Susan's narrative. In fact, her antics had driven many family members to reach out to us with support. A year after the move, William and I were sitting on our perfect couch, admiring our new home. The space was a beautiful blend of modern and traditional, a true reflection of us both. "Can you believe how far we've come?" I asked, snuggling into William's side. "It's been quite a journey," he replied, squeezing my hand. "But I wouldn't change a thing. Well, except maybe giving Grandma that spare key." We laughed, the pain of that chapter dulled by time and distance. The next day, we received an unexpected call from William's dad. "You won't believe this," he said, his tone a mix of shock and something else. "Your grandmother's been scammed. She's lost nearly all her savings." Apparently, Susan had fallen victim to fraudsters who preyed on her need for control, convincing her to invest in a scheme promising to teach ungrateful youth the value of tradition. When William hung up the phone, we sat in silence for a moment, processing the news. "I don't feel happy about this," I admitted quietly. "Just a strange sense of karmic justice." "You okay?" I asked, watching William's face carefully. He nodded slowly. "Yeah, I am. It's sad, but it feels like the universe is balancing things out, you know?" I nodded, understanding exactly what he meant. We didn't celebrate Susan's downfall, but neither could we deny the poetic nature of it all. As I reflected on everything we'd been through, the pain, the anger, the fresh start, I realized it had all led us to this moment. We were stronger, wiser, and happier than ever. If you were in my shoes, would you have confronted Susan immediately or taken William's diplomatic approach? And how would you have handled the aftermath, cut all ties, or try to maintain some family connection? If you enjoyed this story of overcoming toxic family dynamics, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life drama. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.